Well, hello, everybody. Here we are again. It's the end of 2024, and now we have to look forward to what can we expect to see in the year 2025 in Edmonton, in real estate, and in mortgages. So, one of the big things that we're likely to look forward to, Jay, as we've talked about this getting ready, is that prices have been fairly stable in Edmonton. We're seeing a very typical November and December with lower sales, but pretty steady home prices throughout the fall. And we'll probably see some big increase, like most of 2025's increase will likely happen in the springtime. But you know what? Let's dig into the why behind some of these predictions. Jay?
Sure. Hey, thanks, Josh. Yeah, it's been very normal, and we don't expect anything abnormal for 2025 yet. But hey, it's going to be an election year for sure. And so there's some points that we kind of need to talk about that. There's people that say that we would already be maybe even having non-confidence and be into this election cycle right now, but there's this date in February 2025 that needs to be met. So will Jagmeet hold out until after February 2025 and or what? I guess we're going to wait to see what happens. But either way, election must happen by November 2025. And it's interesting, but in an election cycle, it seems like consumers slow down and watch what's going to happen. And so the question is, will Edmontonians wait to see who governs next? Or are they going to stand on the sidelines and wait to see who gets voted in? Or are they just going to go ahead, business as usual, and maybe they think they have an idea who's going to come in next? But anyway, time will tell. And so that's the first thing that we do need to look for.
Yeah, and maybe it's a little bit of both, right? We never know. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you do like this type of content that we're bringing you every single week, if you made it this far, maybe hit like on the video, hit subscribe to the channel, and maybe that bell for notifications so that you get this content directly to your YouTube feed every single week. Now, another thing that we're expecting will impact things is the politics, not just in Canada, but also in the United States. We have a new president-elect, Donald Trump. Are we going to see the tariffs that he is threatening against exports from Canada into the United States? If we do, what's that going to mean to Canada? Well, it'll probably mean that they buy fewer things from Canada and try to buy more of them domestically. So we're going to see a lower gross domestic product, which means our economy will be growing slower and arguably will stop growing. And that will be bad for us, leading the Bank of Canada to have to try to stimulate our economy by maybe lowering its interest rate even faster than it already has. We've had a big drop since June 2024. And, if these tariffs come in, we may see faster rate drops or even more rate drops from the Bank of Canada going forward. So prime will probably end up somewhere in that 4.5 to 5% range. Variable rate mortgages themselves would end up in that 3.5 to 4% range. After the Bank of Canada rate drop December 11th, earlier this month, we saw variable rates now are at around 4.6 or so percent. So another full percent is very probable from here. And what about Edmonton home prices, Jay?
Yeah, so I mean, the story is going to be, I think, the same. We're going to have a problem with inventory. Land is definitely under pressure right now, and so we have less lots to build new homes on. So we're going to have a problem with inventory for sure. From what we can see so far, that'll lead to multiple offer situations, right? So, obviously, is too many buyers, not enough sellers. We're going to have multiple offers again, is what we're expecting, and then that's going to lead to a price. So the estimation is like a 5 to 10% price increase over the year. Of course, that's generalized, and that's over the whole market. Some will rise more, some will rise less, but generally, that's what we're expecting to see here this year in Edmonton as far as what the home prices are going to do.
Awesome. In many ways, that kind of matches the last couple of years of 5 to 10% growth each of those years as well. The lower interest rates will support that. Edmonton's still one of the most affordable cities in Canada. So with that, that's what we are looking forward to in 2025. Please drop a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next year.